Hi, everybody, and welcome to day 16 of Raising My Vibration in 2018. So today's focus is going to be about what we put into our bodies physically and making choices of things that we can put inside our bodies that will raise our vibration and help us to be healthy and fit and balanced on all levels. So if I look at probably the first thing that we need to, that all of us are supposed to be putting into our bodies on a regular basis, it's water. And so it's interesting, the whole concept of water, the whole, where we get our water from, how water has changed since we first started having water in our lives. And I wanted us to just look at some of our water sources and where we're actually getting our water from. So I live in a small town, and we get our water from numerous wells in the town. And our well water particularly has a lot of chlorine in it. And so I want everybody to just bring their awareness into the makeup of our water. So unless you live next to a natural stream and you've got a spring-fed stream in your backyard, likely you are drinking water that's going through some kind of process, filtration process, or some kind of water plant that it goes through and is supposed to be removing everything from. So unfortunately, there's, people don't think about this in the broader sense of how much we depend on water and how clean our water supplies are, because people will actually, they put prescription medications down their drains, or they put chemicals down their drains, or, they put things into our water supply that we wouldn't put into our body. If somebody said to you, I'm going to pour you a glass of chlorine and here you go, have a drink of it, you obviously wouldn't drink it. Yet all of this stuff is in our water supply. And I know that there's vigorous testing, and that there's the limits that are set for what they say is safe and what's not safe. But in my mind, there's always room for human error. And because I understand how energy works, I understand that you cannot remove something completely from something. And so meaning that, if we are using a filtration system to filter out the bad stuff out of our water, it's not getting 100% of it. Unfortunately. And so, for example, at home, and here at work, we use the Centivia water system. And so the Centivia water system is a really, affordable way to have clean water in your life. And it does its first filtration that it uses is a chlorine puck. And so when you fill the container with water, the first thing that happens is the chlorine puck takes all of the chlorine out of the water. And it wasn't until I started using this system that I was actually aware that we had so much chlorine in our water. And it's to the point of, in a day when you fill it up, this chlorine puck turns bright orange because of all of the chlorine that's there. And you wash it off and you scrape it off. And when you're doing that, the water actually becomes really thick and cloudy because of the chlorine. Again, you would never, ever, take a cup of cloudy chlorinated water and drink it. You just know that you wouldn't, because it's poison. Yet we have this in our water supply. So we really, really need to bring our awareness as to where our water is coming from and what we are doing to cleanse it and what we are doing to purify it. And also what we are doing to put back into it. Because if you think about it, if you take water and we take it through, the numerous filters, and it will remove all of the bad stuff, or most of the bad stuff, but it also removes the good stuff as well. So one of the reasons that we need water, and water is so important for us, is because of the electrolytes. It remineralizes our body, right? It has all of the minerals that we need, that our organs need, that our tissues, our blood needs. And when we filter all of that stuff out, we are essentially removing all of that as well. So this is really, really important that we look into having our water clean, but then also remineralizing our water. And so again, the Santevia system is great because I like it because it actually has the mineral stones in it. So when the water sits in the basin, they're actually absorbing the minerals from the stones. And I've seen some pretty cool water systems out there online too that have, you know, a big crystal in the middle of it. There's, you know, and you know, you can spend thousands of dollars on water filtration systems. But I think that you really want to have the awareness of where your water is coming from, and that it's a clean source of water. And if you think about it, so for most of us, you know, I spend a lot of time driving around I have 3 children, and so they're in sports. And so we spend a lot of time driving from here to there and all over the place. And so we drink a lot of bottled water. And it was interesting. We started having the awareness of, you know, what water are we drinking when we're picking it up at the store? What kind of water are we putting into our bodies? And so my kids and I, we actually, you know, went online and looked up numerous articles about all of the different water companies and their processes and what kind of testing that they've done, and, you know, what's in the water when you're drinking it. And you really would be amazed as to, you know, the quality of the water that you're drinking. So, you know, there's a lot of products out there that are basically tap water. You are drinking bottled tap water. So we would call that dead water. So there's no life in that water anymore. It's been completely taken out of it. And so vibrationally, if we are trying to raise our vibration and we are putting water into our body that is dead or not good for us, it absolutely will affect everything. Think about water, and when water goes through every cell in your body, do you want water that is full of chlorine or full of fluoride or full of any chemicals that are foreign to your body? Absolutely not. Nobody would. Nobody would willingly take water on and do that. So really become aware of the water source that you're using. And if you are somebody who drinks a lot of bottled water, really look into the company that you're getting the water from and find out what the mineral content is. And I bet you'd be kind of surprised as to what you're putting into your body. So we know that we need water. We know that without water, we won't live very long. And so we want to make sure that if we're being aware of raising our vibration, the first thing that we're going to put into our body that has to be vibrationally high is water. Okay, so everybody take a look at that. I want to talk about, so we know that everything has a vibration, right? We're getting on that. Everybody's understanding that. Colors have vibrations. And so if I look at the color green, which goes with our heart chakra, it's about love. It has the vibration of love. So very, very high vibration. This is why when we go out into the woods, or, you know, we're around plants even, it actually will shift our vibration because we are around something that is vibrating at a very high level. So one of the things that we can add into our routine, and I've been doing this for a very long time now. I had one of my greatest teachers was an advocate of chlorophyll and liquid chlorophyll. And so she talked about the teachings of it, and it's, you know, chlorophyll has numerous properties to it. It can detoxify our body. It can help with circulation. It can improve your lymphatic system by flushing things out. It also is it's a blood purifier. But energetically, to me, chlorophyll has always had a movement to it. So if I tune into the energy of chlorophyll, it feels to me like it makes things move in the body. And so this is really, really important because we know energetically, and Chinese medicine would teach us that stagnation is when we get sick or when disease sets in. Our chi and our blood are supposed to be in constant movement, constantly flowing. There's never supposed to be a stop, a beginning, or an end to it. And so adding liquid chlorophyll into your daily routine is something that will help to raise your internal vibration. And most people report, feeling energized after 1 or 2 days of just adding it. And it's so easy. So all you're doing is starting your day with a nice big glass of water and some liquid chlorophyll. And you can buy liquid chlorophyll online. You can buy it at your health food stores. Being in Balance sells it online as well. And so try adding that into your daily routine and see how different you feel. And right now is a good time to do it because it's winter time and everything is kind of sluggish. Our digestive systems start to get a little sluggish. And so the chlorophyll really helps your liver and your gallbladder and all your digestive organs. Okay, so that's a great thing. I want you guys just to try out and let me know if you're using liquid chlorophyll or if there's a brand that you like best and any tips you have around it. Also, share with the group if there's a water system that you're using that you think is awesome, and let us know why it's awesome so that we can all look into different options. Okay, so I'm going to share a link. I came across this author, teacher, speaker, healer, and his name is Don Tolman. And he has been working in the field of energy medicine his entire life. And his focus is all about the vibration of foods and how by putting things together, we can change the vibration and then create healing in our body. And it's really kind of neat because so he talks about the different colors and again, how colors have a vibration. So for example, if we eat any yellow foods will actually take us out of depression or lift our anxiety or take us out of sadness just through the vibration of them. And I thought he's a smart guy and he tells it as it is. There's no fancy around it. He tells it like it is, and I like that. I appreciate that. And so I'll put the link on there, and you guys take a look and just see of where in your life you can make some tweaks as to what food you're putting into your body. Now, I think most of us, we do have the awareness that obviously if we are eating fresh fruits and vegetables, that would be high vibrational as compared to something that is processed. Obviously, vibrationally, our body can take a lot more from something that is fresh rather than something is processed. But there's also a few misunderstandings out there about food and how it is good for us or isn't good for us. So for example, if we look at dairy, dairy products, milk products in particular, they vibrationally, they are lower on the scale and they were never meant for human consumption. So dairy cow milk was never meant for human consumption. And, Chinese medicine will teach us again that when we eat too much dairy, we actually get a buildup of phlegm in our body. And so phlegm causes everything to become thick and sticky. And we never want our energy to be thick and sticky. Nobody wants to say to you, hey, you're a little thick and sticky, right? No, we don't want to go there. So, and also we don't even have the digestive enzymes in our digestive system to break down the proteins in dairy products properly. And so this is why people will, get indigestion or bloating or gas from dairy products. And it's something we need to look at. It's a, part of the big picture. This is a reason why human beings, we have a natural milk source. When we give birth to babies, we have a milk source. And so that's the only time that humans need to be drinking milk, and it's only human milk that they need to be drinking for a reason. So take a look at that. See if there's any tweaks that you can make yourself around dairy products. Obviously, we want to look at removing any processed food from our diet. We also want to look at vibrationally, and this is interesting. And something I didn't put much thought until recently, but what about the energy around the animals that we're eating or the animal products that we're eating? So again, if we think about everything vibrationally, what about something as simple as eggs, where we get our eggs from? Everybody eats eggs, right? Or most people, unless you're a vegan that doesn't eat eggs. But think about the energy of an egg. And I was interested because I read an article about this where they talked about the different levels of acidity in eggs. And the idea that if there's a chicken that's laying an egg that's anxious or nervous or is in a condition that makes them feel anxious or nervous when they are laying their eggs, that energy actually goes into the egg. And then when we eat the egg, we are taking on the vibration of anxiety or nervousness or worry. And that's huge. You wouldn't think about that, but how could it not make sense, right? If everything is energy and energy never dies, energy never leaves, then it only makes sense that if there's a nervous chicken that lays an egg, that emotions from that chicken are now in the egg. So we need to really become aware of where we're getting our food sources from. And, there's a lot of really great farmers out there now that are really paying attention to this and really putting love into their animals and into, creating it not just as a food source, but having that bigger awareness as to, what kind of food what kind of vibrational food we're getting from these animals. So take a look at that. That's a big thing too. So becoming aware, having the awareness of where we are getting our animal sources from. And that, goes into your meat as well. What are the animals that you're eating? What are they eating? What kind of environment are they having? Because remember, ultimately, we are now sharing the vibration with all of these beings as well. That's a big subject, right? Okay, what is a really, really simple, easy way to raise the vibration of something that we are eating? It's to pray over it, right? We know that prayer can absolutely raise the vibration of something. And this is something, everybody should start doing. Humans were doing this from the beginning of time. They just intuitively knew that before they would eat something, they would actually say a prayer. And I don't know if they knew they were doing it so that they could raise the vibration of their food, but I think they were doing it so that they could have their food in the vibration of a great gratitude and being grateful for it. And that automatically raises the vibration of it. So I have from a long time ago, something I was taught a long time ago and I've taught my children to do is, we just simply lay our hands over something before we eat it. This can be something that we are going to drink. We just simply put our hands over it and with the intention of asking for it to be re-energized and healed so that it will heal your body. It takes 2 seconds. You can do it discreetly when you're at Starbucks and you need to high vibe your coffee so that it's good for you. And you can do it for everything. So let's incorporate that into our daily practice of energetically recharging our food just simply by putting our hands over there and having the intention of raising the vibration of our food, our water, anything that you're putting into your body. Okay, think about that. It's interesting. I'll share this little story with you. So, and you know how we energetically will put, our idea about something. So for example, if you're somebody who, watches your weight or struggles with your weight, then anything that is, something that you're not supposed to be eating, cake, pie, cookies, whatever your poison is, when we energetically project to a food that it's bad for us, then we are having a direct effect on that food as well. And so understand this. So for example, if I have a piece of beautiful chocolate cake sitting in front of me and I am thinking, oh, this cake is horrible, I shouldn't eat it, it's going to be so bad for me, I'm just going to gain the weight as soon as I eat it, and then I eat the cake, absolutely everything that I've said is going to happen because vibrationally I've transferred all of that negative energy into the food and then taken all of that negative energy into my body. Whereas if you are somebody who puts the energy of, gratitude and thankfulness and pleasure and, all of the good stuff into food and then brings that food into your body, then you are bringing that vibration into your body. So and you look at, this is, it's interesting how you can have one person who has an amazing metabolism, never gains any weight whatsoever. And then somebody who has a really slow metabolism and, gains weight just by thinking about it. I really think that there's a vibrational connection there as to what kind of energy you're putting into your food. And, think about it. Are you associating guilt when you eat food? Are you putting the guilt and shame in the food and then bringing that vibration into your body? So bring that awareness into what you're doing as well. So remember, life, humans, we're here to experience. We're supposed to be experiencing things. And some of the most amazing experiences we can have are through food. You think about the great chefs that are out there and, the culinary experiences. So put the awareness now when you are going to indulge, or you're going to have something that necessarily wouldn't be a high vibrational choice food-wise for you. I want you just to put the intention into the food of having the gratitude and, putting your hands over it and blessing it, and just having that awareness that you're bringing this into your body as a gift and you're receiving it as a healing rather than something that's going to hurt you. Okay. So there you go. That's lots of homework for you. So please share your comments. Again, I want to, remember to include that you're raising your vibration so the universe knows that you are invested in yourself. Give us, the group, we're doing this collectively. If there's any hints, tips, or ideas that you have or you want to share, absolutely leave them in the comments for everybody. If you don't want to share them publicly, then absolutely message me on Being in Balance. And we will do everything that we can to support each other through this journey. Okay, so everybody just checking in with me today, I want you to close your eyes, just get into a really comfortable position. Just bringing your awareness to your physical body. Okay, and through this awareness, I just want you to close your eyes. Take 3 slow, deep belly breaths. So breathing slowly in through your nose. And as you breathe in today, I just want you to breathe in the vibration of gratitude for your physical body. So we're breathing in high energy, source energy, bringing that vibration all the way through every part of our being. Letting that high vibrational energy sit in our belly. And then we are exhaling through our mouth. And when we do this, we are letting go of all stagnant energy, any lower dense vibrations that no longer serve us. So closing your eyes and in through your nose. And just stay in there with me for a little while with your eyes closed as I call in my team of guides and angels. And we are just sending everybody a huge wave of gratitude. And we just want to thank our physical bodies for keeping us whole and healthy and strong. Awesome. You guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.